Hi. Okay, so today we are going to talk about your results from your senior fitness test, and I'm going to explain everything to you about how those results, what those results mean, and what we can do working from there. So, I've also taken a look at your health history form, and I see that you have been exercising for 90 minutes a day, 5 days a week, which is awesome. So I'm really proud of you for doing that. I see that you've been doing mostly walking or biking, which is great. I also see that you want to increase your energy and decrease your fatigue levels and have more social interaction. So let's go ahead and talk about the senior fitness test. So the senior fitness test is used to assess your mobility and your range of motion and your functional fitness. So this test is geared specifically towards people over the age of 60, and this test measures the physical attributes needed to perform normal everyday activities like getting out of the car or walking, stuff like that. So this test has been researched many times before, so we've got some good normative data that we can compare this to. And this test also helps us identify at-risk populations and those that need a medical referral. So, excuse me. So the special thing about this test is that it is considered functional, whereas some other tests maybe just might assess your range of motion or your strength. But this is a very functional test that relates to everyday activities. So I see that you're on a few medications here. We'll talk about those a little bit later. And some of your goals: to lose 40 pounds, increase your metabolism, increase your endurance, and just be more aware of healthy eating habits. So I hope that we can work on those together. So moving forward, we'll talk more about your assessment results. So first, we'll talk about the chair stand, where you went from a sitting to a standing position, and they counted how many times you could do that in 30 seconds. So for that one, the purpose of that assessment was to assess your lower body or your leg strength. So this is important to climb stairs, get in and out of the car, going to the bathroom. So we just wanted to see where you were at with this test. So according to what you got 17 sit to stands in 30 seconds, which puts you at the 85th percentile, which is really great. So moving forward, this gives us a baseline of where to start, and it gives me an idea of how strong your legs are and what you're capable of doing. So even though you are in the above average category, it is still very important to continue to work on strength exercises. So next, we're going to go over the arm curl test. So you had a 5-pound dumbbell and you curled it up using your arm, and however many times you got in 30 seconds, it was recorded. So the purpose of this test is to assess your upper body strength. And this is important for, again, performing daily activities, such as carrying your groceries in, or even picking up your grandchildren, or just carrying stuff around the house. So this is a very important test as well. You were able to perform 12 repetitions of bicep curls. And according to our normative data, that places you in the 25th percentile. So that is below average. So again, this gives me an idea for your strength and what we can do moving forward. But this also gives me an idea that we need to work a little bit more on your upper body, since it is just a little bit weaker than your lower body. But we'll be working on some upper body exercises, and this will give us hope to increase that number afterwards. So the chair, sit, and reach. So this is where you were sitting on the edge of your chair. You had one leg extended all the way out, and you try to reach towards your toes. And this is to assess your lower body flexibility, more like your hamstrings, which is in the back of your leg. So this test is important for good posture, walking, and just being able to do daily tasks. So you were able to reach past your toes by 5.4 inches, which again was awesome, places you in the 85th percentile. So again, even though you are above average in this category, it is still very important to continue to do flexibility exercises so that you don't lose that flexibility. So next, we'll talk about the back scratches, where you put one hand behind your back and try to reach for it. And we measured finger to finger, or over, or less. So you got 2 inches past your fingers on the back, which again, really great. That placed you in the 80% percentile. And this test just measured your upper body flexibility. So again, it's still beneficial to continue to do these flexibility exercises so that you don't lose that range of motion. It also gives us a good foundation to do our upper body strength exercises. If you're more able to go through a full range of motion, we can do a little bit more exercises with you. So lastly, we'll talk about the 8-foot up and go test. So that is where you were sitting in a chair, you had to go around a cone as fast as you could and then sit back down. So the purpose of this test was to measure your agility, so like how fast you could do a task, but also measure like your moving balance. So this test was important to require you to do something where you had to change directions, or say you had to go into another room really fast, or change speed. So this is a very great test for us. You were able to get up and walk around the cone and sit back down in 6.8 seconds. According to our chart, that put you in the 15th percentile. So again, below average. But again, this gives me a great starting point at where we need to work with your balance and with your speed. So hopefully moving forward, we can work on some of these exercises so that you become more confident and that you can decrease your time to do this test. So I'm very hopeful for that. So overall, you've gotten some pretty good results. I have a good idea about where we need to start with you, maybe some upper body and some more agility work with you. Balance will be good. Looking at your health history, I've seen that you have some high blood pressure, and we know that exercise can help that as well. So as long as we just keep doing some more strength exercises, we should be good to go. So do you have any questions? All right, thanks.